Brittany and I first originally started dating, 5 years ago and some change now, I noticed that she focused or based a lot of our relationship on what happens in like movies and things, and I always tried to portray that or try and be whatever it is that I thought she wanted from that, and I was like, I can't do that. We can't be that because we're not that perfect relationship that we saw in that movie. Like, it doesn't work that way.
I believe that reality TV has a lot of influence over this generation.
In society today, I would say that, yeah, social media does play a large part in it, because in accepting social media, we've become a more selfish society.
A lot of social interaction these days has become a lot more shallow, especially because of the internet. It's more common to just meet people, not really get to know them that well, and just leave them at that. So I think that's kind of extended into more meaningful relationships.
It's desensitized children in a way, that they see so many different things that nothing is a big deal. Like, crime's not a big deal, getting divorced isn't a big deal, cheating on your spouse or whatever isn't a big deal, because they see it every day.
I think it's all about you wanting to spend as much time as you can with another person because you love them, and that doesn't have to be forever. I guess that's what marriage is supposed to be. It's supposed to be forever, but that doesn't always work. It's kind of unrealistic for a lot of people.
My parents, my dad just got a Facebook for the first time. My mom had a Facebook for years, right? And I know that my mom got hit on by tons of guys, and one would think that that would lead to infidelity. Luckily, my mom is a great woman, and she doesn't cheat on my dad as far as I know, but in a relationship that wasn't theirs, that might have been a problem, and easily that could be for someone who is in a marriage and their spouse doesn't necessarily want them out there on social media interacting with other guys, other people.
Society to get with other women and other guys because of some of the things we do, the social media thing, where people get on Facebook and they talk with people on the media without any regard for respect for their marriage.
I think that marriages have a lot of different meanings for a lot of different people. For some people it has a very traditional significance where when they get married they want to stay married, and it has more of a religious context. And then for other people it's more just an expression of love, and if it passes with time or the type of love changes, then it's something you can get rid of.
Well, I believe it's not so much the social media as it is the family. Sometimes you will have, most of the times, you will have mothers encouraging their daughters to get married to give them a grandkid. And you will find that some people, the guys, they think it's a convenient way to come together or to get with the woman that they want to be with without any real thought of having it last forever.
I feel like I have grown up watching Disney movies, and that has had a huge influence on my life as far as relationships, but since I've matured and grown into my relationships, I've seen that that's not the case, and I don't necessarily believe in the fairy tale ending.
Nowadays, I think with even like growing up for me with divorce and stuff, like I don't know, without looking at TV and stuff, I didn't know what a good marriage was supposed to look like, or what a good relationship was supposed to look like, because I grew up in divorce and I grew up around it, and so I think I didn't have that example to look at other than what I saw on TV or what I saw around me. Like I said, after Brittany and I kind of worked on stuff and we got to know each other better, that's not how relationships work. It's not what you see on TV.
My parents were married for 5 years. They've been divorced for about 17 years now.
My parents were married for 16 years. They divorced probably about 8 or 9 years ago, maybe.
My parents were married most of my childhood. They are separated now, not quite divorced yet, but they will be. They're separated now.
My parents have been married for going on 27 years.
I don't know, like sociologically, I think it's more that divorce hasn't become isn't as much of a stigma as it used to be.
I think that problems within marriages are based off of things like infidelity, social rules that say that, you know, a wife has to be submissive to their husband, or a husband has to be the sole breadwinner for the household. These expectations that you have before you actually get married, those kind of things I think contribute towards marital problems.
I wasn't born until my mom and dad were 30, so I kind of want to follow in their footsteps and kind of do everything I want to do first before I get in the situation where I'm held down and tied down.
I guess it's just something I've been raised to think positively of. I definitely would like to get a wife and start my own family.
No, I don't plan on getting married.
For me, I guess an ideal marriage would just be like, you know, being with like your best friend in a sense. And like, you know, like there are going to be problems, but like having the capability to work that out no matter what.
For a male, I mean, we can marry younger people, I guess. So I feel like we have a bit more time on our hands to travel and find the right person, I guess.
Like the 1950s, the 40s and 50s, there were actually not a lot of options for women other than marriage. And in some ways today it's better, because now in order to get ahead, women don't necessarily have to be married, have to have a man do everything with them. They can be more independent.
I guess maybe I guess as a woman, as a girl, whatever, we tend to fantasize about weddings instead of looking at the realistic part of it.
I might move to LA or maybe New York, you know, follow the industry. I don't really want to have kids so I'm much older. The industry is really competitive and I feel like I wouldn't really have time to take care of anyone else besides myself.
I have my own individual views on marriage. My parents got married at a very young age, and I don't see that happening for me, but I do see myself in a committed relationship and marriage without divorce.
You know, God designed marriage early in Genesis, the book of Genesis, when he thought that Adam should not be alone. And he created another being whom Adam named woman. So it's a God-designed unity. And I believe that that's the best way to go in order to go forth and multiply. But it takes a few things in life. You can't be selfish. You have to love your partners, your spouses. And you have to make sure that you have compromise and respect for them. The other thing that is so very important is that you bring God into your marriage. He'll help you to work out things. Not all marriages are going to work out perfectly. I don't believe there's a perfect marriage on this earth. But what I do believe, that you have to work at it. You cannot just simply say, I'm married. Or you can't go into it thinking, well, I'll just divorce when things get rough. You have to go in there with the feeling that you're going to work on building a healthy marriage. I believe that marriage will come back around. I know that we have people who live together rather than choosing marriage, but I've been married 42 years, and in that marriage, I found out